I should let you know in advance that this is not an apology. As the chronology of this speech plays out, it may appear to be saying sorry, but I assure you, this was never supposed to be an apology. See, I was 16 and suicidal, slumped solemnly in the seat in the office of the head of the psych ward I had just been admitted to. I was 16 and suicidal, and I was guilty. I was sorry. She looked me straight in the eye and said, "Suicide is selfish, and so are you." And I said, "I know. I'm sorry." I apologized. I apologized for a disease just as diagnosable, just as quantifiable, just as real as cancer or arthritis or scoliosis. I apologized. I apologized for letting my pain mar her idyllic vision of the world, as if I didn't want desperately to see it the way she did. She told me I didn't understand the gravity of the situation, as if the 29 pills I'd downed weren't intended to be grave, or at least to dig me one. But I still thought that all of this was my fault. It was my fault that my sister had cried. It was my fault that part of my mother had died that day. It was my fault that my best friend now spoke to me like an invalid, that my brother now looked at me the way he did, the way everyone did. I was guilty, and I was sorry. And to be totally honest with you, some days I still am. But this is not an apology. This is not an apology because I've written 8 drafts of this poem so far, and I still can't find a blunter way to say that I blame you. I blame you for all those kids who go in and out of your ward. I blame you. This is not an apology. No, this is a prophecy. Because someday, some way, there will be a child that knows that they're not worth the food you're feeding them, not worth the cell they're living in, the words people tell them, because they truly believe what you've said, that suicide is selfish, and so are they. And to them, I have to say, I hope that one day you can stand up and tell them that the rest of your life is not an apology, because they never should have convinced you they deserved one.
Wow.